Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to our coverage of the bronze final of the 2017 Rugby World Cup. It is America against France here at Kingspan Stadium in Belfast, Ireland. Northern Ireland's population just under 2 million, such a wealth of tradition and landmarks. The shipbuilding where the Titanic was built, Giant's Causeway, an area of about 40,000 interlocking bolted columns, and of course famous movie sets including the Game of Thrones. Finals day here in Belfast, in action earlier for 11th match playoffs saw Japan win against Hong Kong, and 9th place playoff, the winners were Italy in a fantastic game that went to extra time and sudden death. 7th place playoffs saw the hosts upset by Wales by 10 points, and of course the 5th place playoff match has Canada and Australia. And up next it is the bronze final between France and America here at Kingspan Stadium, and then the big final. It is the four-time champions taking on the current defending global winners, England and New Zealand. America were the inaugural champions of the Rugby World Cup back in 1991, runners-up in 94 and 98. And France, well, they set the event alight in pool play. They equally met defending champions England in their semi-final loss. And the Heineken coin toss earlier there, you can see Tiffany Faye to the right, the captain of USA, and Gail Minot to the left has called it correctly there. So France have won the toss and have now made that decision. France have been at the semi-finals on 7 occasions. 5 times they have come third. On 1 occasion they came fourth. Plenty of colour and plenty of fans have made the trip. And France have made some positional changes, but also welcome back Romane Ménager. She has scored 4 tries in 3 matches and will be a big part of this French attack. In the backs, Lepesque and Bizarre move into half and wing, and Camille Glacinou scored the first ever Olympic sevens try in Rio 12 months ago. It's a big American 8 with loose head Hope Rogers and Lucy Abby Gustitis getting a start. Sarah Parsons has been their best defender. And young Kayla Kennett, just 19, takes over the number 10 shirt. Every other player has played sevens for the country. Taylor, Tapper and Ember will threaten the French defences. A strong and reliable bench for both sides. America have experience with Panky, James and Javelet, and the French have flair with Isa, India and Thomas. The 10th meeting between France and America. The French looking for their 6th consecutive win, whilst the Eagles, who have only triumphed twice, will look to repeat their heroics of 1996, where they won by 39 points to 16. These sides drew 15 all in 2009, and how appropriate France are now ranked 3rd in the world rankings. USA 5th, their highest position since ranking began in February of 2016. We'll now await the singing of the national anthems. A good crowd in here at Kingspan Stadium in Belfast. And up first will be the French national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you please be upstanding for the national anthem of France?
L'enfant de la patrie est né jour de gloire d'arriver. Entendu de la tyrannie, l'étendard semble élevé, l'étendard semble élevé. Entendez-vous
standing to the national anthem of USA.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets proclaimed the bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Terrific renditions of the national anthems here. And France have made some positional changes, but they welcome back Ménager, and they've got two great locks in Corson and Forlani. And the backs, a couple of changes for them. Lepesque and Bouzard move into half and wing. And Camille Gracenu made history 12 months ago by scoring the first ever Olympic sevens try in Rio. It's a massive American pack. Loose head Hope Rogers gets her reward for making such an impact from the bench. And Sarah Parsons has been the best of the American loose forwards. Young Kayla Kennett takes over the 10 shirt, the 19-year-old. Everyone else has played sevens for the national team. Thomas, Tapper and Ember will threaten. And strong and reliable benches for both of these sides. America with Panky, James and Javelet. The French keep an eye out for Isa, who scored a hat-trick of tries in their match against Australia. Alongside me, former Black Fern, Melody Robinson and Mel. Can't wait for this bronze final.
What an intriguing match. This will be fantastic. The United States have improved dramatically with every game. And as for France, they are a delightful team to watch. They love to push the passes, love to offload, and yes, they play with French flair.
And there, plenty of composure now shown there as Chela Ember, the fullback, who has been in tremendous form. Caroline Drouat, and there is Alev Kalter, dual international, the under-18 ice hockey world champion. Made her debut in November last year, actually against the French. Now, Caroline Drouin, 4 games, 109 passes for the young 21-year-old. She is a quality player, and these are two quality sides looking to try and bring home the bronze medal for their respective countries at the Rugby World Cup of 2017. Tim Baker, the referee, says let's get started, and we're underway for the bronze medal final. First touch to Stacey Bridges, taking the ball down. Ocean gets it out, and here's Rogers. Hope Rogers in the loose head prop position. Go back to the right now, where Canet just releases the ball to Gray. Jordan Gray, the 24-year-old number 8 for America. Rogers again, puts her hand up, never afraid of charging forward. There's the 24-year-old in good yards. Now the backs look to get the ball. Canet quickly out to Kalter, to Hevelin. Ember's up. Ember thought about passing to Thomas. The better option was to hold on to the ball, and they've gone lateral now. Oshana gives it out to Kalter. Lovely tackle around the bootlaces from Ménager. America controlling the tempo. Ember now out to Canet, the 19-year-old. Looked up. Good defence coming in from the French. You'd expect that. Their defence working at around 92% efficiency, and now America, not too many other options, but the kick downfield to look for some territory. Nice kick from Chetaremba. And they get on with the game quickly. Amadi says, let's get it in, and here comes Gracenu. Gracenu around the corner. Tackle from Gray. France first possession, and just happy to take it into the contact is Nissan.
First girl there, she's won it.
Clean steal from the Americans, so the turnover. Here goes Gray. Tackle there from Minot, the captain for France. Frantic start to this game, and now they get it out. Here goes Ember. Couldn't find Thomas on that occasion. The high kick, or the fly kick from Buzard. Thomas the offload to Calter again. They left Calter to the 22. Ocean gets it out to the captain. Faye gets it to Canuck. Canuck, that pass a little low. Rogers, who's been in everything in the opening 2.5 minutes of this game. Options left and right. They bounce back to the left. Now to Ember. Ember gets it out to Thomas. Christine Thomas, they know what a threat she is. Good tackle coming in from Corson. America still in control of the tempo and possession. They've gone 5 phases. No clear release there, possibly. The ball is up, and so now they've got to let it go. Ocean gets ball and defender. Here's Heberlin, the offload. 6 phases gone for the Americans. Out to the right they come. This is Parsons. Parsons challenges the line. First up tackle's been made by the French. Again, it's recycled. Here's Bridges. Bridges to the line. France look interested, but America still have possession. Canet out to Calter. The kick and chase. How's the bounce of the ball? Out towards the touchline. Not too much there that Buzard could do, but take it in, and now America have to defend. Now the French
Stay there, White.
have had to make a number of tackles in the opening 3 minutes here, and now they get possession, but they're only 5 out from their own goal line. Ménager takes it. Lepesque
Use it now.
in at half. Drouat back in the pocket. That's a nice contact. Down to where Canet takes it above her head. Gets it into Tapper. Stand by when Tapper gets the ball. Naya Tapper to the line. Good defense from the French. Ocean gets it, and they look to try and get it out. Bobbled there. Gustitis. And strong defense again
Here
from
it
the
is.
French.
Let it go. Let it go.
Looking for the turnover. Again, America controlling the ball. Ocean gets it to Canet. They got some forwards in front, and so Calter takes it, then throws the ball out.
Knock on.
Ember has lost a forward, and finally, perhaps the French will get possession with a turnover here.
Ball.
So on the French side, they'll come back for the knock-on. What a start to this game, Melody Robinson.
Oh, how about that? Fabulous play, really, passage of play from the United States.
White.
They showed
Blue ball.
a lot out there. They used their forwards. They've been using their backs like Kelter to try and get the ball out to Ember, Thomas, and also Tapper on the right-hand side. And here's that run from Tapper. She probably needed to straighten up a little because she made it easier for the defensive players to come across and cover her. But man, she puts a shiver in the defensive spine when she runs up. And look at the offloading that they've been putting into this game. This is a step up from what we saw from them in their game against New Zealand. They are looking good, and so's Hope Rogers with great bullocking runs like that.
First scrum of the match after 5 minutes. Lepesque to feed.
Playing advantage.
They've got an advantage here. The French, they run a few decoys, and then they look to try and get the pass out to Gracenu as quickly as they can. Beats Tapper, then the offload to Amadi. Mosera. Amadi wears 15 for the French. The offload, and lost forward there from Forlani. There's an advantage here if the Americans want to use it, and Chetaremba looks up and decides to go into the shoulder of Duval. Ocean is great. It's gone backwards, and Bridges is there. She's such a good player. Is Stacey Bridges, the 29-year-old, wearing jersey number 4, and now back to Canet. She makes contact and it's kicked out on the full. There's no advantage here from the original lost forward from the French, and the Americans will get possession.
They're kicking it at the right time too, aren't they, the United States, just to try and relieve a bit of the steam on the pressure cooker, which is test match rugby.
Stay straight.
The knock on there.
Stay nice and straight for me. Okay.
French will look to offload a lot too in this match. There is a little bit of space for the French on Tapper's wing side. She comes off her man quite a bit. They use quick hands. They might be able to get some good meters on that left-hand edge.
Plenty of support for Les Bleus, as well as the Eagles. And Devon.
Sit. Hold blue.
Oceani, a 28-year-old. Helped win the bronze medal for America at the Rugby World Cup in 2013 in Moscow as Gray tried to create some space for Tapper. It's gone backwards and then finds the touchline. But how impressed have you been with Jordan Gray throughout the tournaments?
Yeah, she's been outstanding. She's been their main ball carrier in the team, more than this young lady Tapper, who's also just been outstanding. She hasn't played rugby for that long, Naya Tapper, but Gray, that intention to get the ball out to her right wing was the right one. She just couldn't quite get it out.
First line out for the French. It's gone down the side of the Americans, and Augustine gets held up. You can see the French, the strength of the French players there, holding Augustine off the ground.
Knock on. No, it's a knock on from the line-up.
They are terrific athletes.
You'd have to suggest with that little hiccup in the line-out that the French might be feeling the heat a little.
Can't get a hit there, okay?
Just really calm yourself down when you get to the set piece. Concentrate, make sure you do those basics right.
Crouch!
Oceani with the feed. So she was in Moscow in 2013 with Team America for the World Cup, and of course they get to host the World Cup next year in San Francisco. To the Americans, Gray gets in, gets the ball out, but she also gets the defender, and Zuli Anere as well to hold on to possession, does Gray. Hope Rogers. Good meters from Rogers, not held, releases, gets up and goes again. French captain needs to roll away from there, and she was too slow.
Have to say,
quicker, okay.
Hope Rogers, excellent work. She's quite low to the ground. She's got a good centre of gravity, extremely powerful. She has fought for the starting position. She's come off the bench most of the tournament. She even made a big impact at the Sydney Sevens this year, where she went and played for the USA. No one could stop her, and that's why.
She made her debut against France in 2013, did Hope Rogers, and she started playing rugby as a sophomore at Chambersburg High School in Pennsylvania. The kick. I think it crossed the plane.
Is it gone? Knock on first or into touch?
It's gone into touch first, so they will get the line out.
Yes, but that new rule, Thomas, if she had have leapt in the air and got it back, it would have been the United States ball.
Oh, they've got the ball, it was the penalty.
Back, you've already got one. Thank you.
And so Augustine gets it in. Washington tips it back. Gustitis can't hold it, but referee says play on. Here's Bridges. She's been involved in everything in the opening 10 minutes. Canet out to Parsons, standing in the midfield. Good contest that between Parsons and Ménager. Two of the great loose forwards at this World Cup of 2017. Out to Ember. Cheddaremba draws in three defenders, and now Drouin goes in to effect the tackle. It's on the ground. Canet, such a good first five, out to the captain, and now out to Washington. She's not afraid of going into contact as Alicia Washington. They go the same way. Kelter gets it back. Here comes Rogers. Rogers running like a three-quarter.
Tackle, please.
Into the heavy contact. They've got to release now. Out to the left again they come. This is Parsons who got it started. Looking to try and steal it is Duval. She's done well.
Leave it now.
Initially has Duval, but now she must release the ball. Gray with the side step. Here comes another tackle from Fulani. Big hits coming in from the French. America controlling the tempo. And here goes Fa'ai. Good run from the captain. Kelter in at first receiver, now out to Canet. The pump and then out to Ember. They get it out to Tapper. Right, Tapper close to the line, picked up and went again. Rolls a couple of times as well. And there's an advantage. I think she's lost it forward.
Look at the aggression from that French defence. on Tapper because they know
Straight out. We're playing the scrum.
I guess the threat she is.
Metal.
Second 5'8" for France. Poulin had come right across and made the hit on the inside to help out the winger. Much better pass from Ember, trying to get it out early now to her outside.
Okay? Don't put them in dangerous positions.
Have a look.
Okay?
2-on-1. Grassano in 2. And the first 5, Drouin comes across as well. She does some big hits. Menage, she is one heck of a defender. Just a little high there for Gray. I think her body position just needs to get lower. She's 6 foot tall, so it's very difficult.
35, in fact, 43 tackles made here. So the 35-2 miss, you can see for France. 6 by the Americans. And so they've had a wealth of possession, have America, but they've got nothing to show for it.
Control your body weight, keep it up, don't go down. Okay.
No surprise, Mel, with France, 92% efficiency.
You can't see it here, but the number 14 just at the bottom of your screen is really flat. What that indicates to me is that France are probably going to kick it and she's going to put the chase on.
Crouch.
There she is, right on the number 10 there.
Well, she's been marked by the invisible woman as well, because no one's marking her. Now the feed, Lepesque. The French hold it enough, doing so much defending now on the attack. Parsons shuts down the space on Menage.
Push back, White.
They regroup and now they get it out to Drouin. Across they go. Poulin straight into Kauta. No way through there. French now. Through Lepesque. Back into the pocket. Amedi. Weren't too many options, so she's gone to the air, and Ocean gets it back now to Ember. Cheddar Ember. In fact, that's Tapper, the right winger. Quickly, it's Heveland out to the captain and Fai. Tiffany Fai, born in America, raised in New Zealand. Now back in America, and now the Americans on the attack. This is Ember in jersey 15. Up from fullback, looking for some work. Gray again, puts the head down, runs into a couple of defenders.
Stay 4.
Oceani gets it out. Kinnett, in fact, that's Heveland at first receiver. Nice catch there from Gustaitis. Not how it goes again. Gustaitis gets into the backfield. France all hands on deck.
Advantage.
And now the penalty will come. Annette
Penalty
thought that she had all rights, and she went at the ball again, and now Rogers picks and goes. Hope Rogers. Good 5-metre gain there from the loose head prop. Out to the right they want to go. Kinnett out to Kauta. Kauta steps, gives it back to Kinnett. Now they've got numbers. Parsons has got Tapper to her right. Holds on to the ball. Still an advantage here for America. You'd think Kinnett gets it out to Gustaitis, who started with a big
New
run.
advantage,
A new advantage. They're offside. Menage is offside. 14 gone. Kinnett, the 19-year-old, to Kauta. Heveland looks, gives it out to Ember. They've got numbers here. And good defence again from the French. They've made about 3 million tackles in 15 minutes.
Well, they've made a total of 52. They've missed 5, whereas the Americans have made 8, and they've been huge defensive hits, and that's probably the difference here. The sheer physicality and size and strength of the Americans at this point, plus they've got the majority of possession, and they're putting a variety of attack moves out there too, which is just so fantastic to watch.
83% to Team USA for possession. Look at that stat there. And they'll be wanting to get some points. They need some reward on the scoreboard.
Yeah, if you have that much of the pill, it has to end up with points. Same thing against New Zealand. They had a number of opportunities out wide. It looks like they're really trying to identify that better in this test match, and it's just great to see how they've really grown through this Rugby World Cup.
Well, the dual international, having represented her country in hockey as the captain of the ice hockey team at the under-18 World Champs, where they won gold under the guidance of this young athlete on your screen at the moment. Aleve Kauta decided to chance her arm in the sport of rugby and has never looked back. Such a great asset to our sport. And the 26-year-old who was in Rio last year with Team USA, looks to try and get the first points of the test match. The bronze final, first points to Team USA. 16 gone, they lead by 3.
They really deserve it. They've been fantastic so far, 16 minutes on the clock. And Kelter's been involved in a lot with that wonderful pass she has. It allows them to get it out wide. France have got to come up with something.
Well, they need possession. They've had 16% of it in the opening quarter of the game, and that's a nice high restart coming in to take it cleanly. Was Abby Gastidis wearing jersey 6, gets the start. She's been good, and so is this young lady. Here goes Hope Rogers again. Picks up and goes again. Valuable meters. There's no stopping. Rogers gets to the halfway. And now out to where the backs are, Heaviland. They shut the space down here for Thomas. They drive it towards the sideline. Throws the ball back in. Heaviland reacts well. Now Oceana Canet to Fahy. Now Washington. Washington with the offload. America, they're queuing up. Here goes Bridges. And now long. Parsons to Tapa. Into the 22 go Team USA. And it's been stolen. Publan. They needed something special. And Elodie Publan has stolen the ball. Now the French have got numbers out here. Ménager. More forwards along the chain. Corson lost it backwards. And here goes Nissan. Nissan now into the backfield. Ember makes the tackle. Thomas looks for the steal. France have it. France had numbers. And they needed to release it there. They come to the right. Amadi. Now out to Anetti. France, first real attacking opportunity and first time inside the American 22. Amadi. Out to Ménager. Holds it up. America get the ball, so an advantage here possibly for Team USA. Well, there's going to be some tired bodies and there's going to be a tired commentator at the end of this game. As Rogers goes on the attack again. Boy, it's just frantic. This is quality World Cup rugby. End-to-end stuff. The ball's gone backwards again. The counterattack comes in from France. Washington picks it up. Ember says, let's get out of here. Looks for the sideline and we all get a breather.
Another good decision from the fullback from the United States, but wow, we talk about excitement. Here's Rogers. She's been doing a lot of work just like that, and her appreciation of the law there, because she wasn't held by the tackler, she was able to stand up and pick it again. Just one point to note, those American forwards just need to get on her, their body on her as she's hitting up to help her out. Here, Tepper, fantastic work, but maybe just a little bit isolated, maybe needed to go down earlier. She had the support there, but gee, this is just sterling stuff.
They go high and Maya gets up. Maya, good take from the loose forward. 26-year-old who has scored a try in the tournament. Now Puba across the line through. They give it to Ménager. Didn't play in the last game and was sorely missed, and we saw the effort and the impact that she has as now Caroline Drouat.
Stay positive.
The 21-year-old first 5. Here goes Amadi. Basketball type pass. Just shuffled it out along the back line. Here comes the captain, Mino. Gayo, picked up by Lepesque. Lepesque will challenge any defence. Not how, gets up and goes! Lepesque up to Tapper. Gray is there to make the tackle. The French finally arrive. Good contest, referee says play on.
Right, you've lost it.
They pick and go again to France. Anetti. Nice bend from the loose forward. Pass on the inside. Lepesque again gets involved in it. Glacenu is there. Mignon.
That's fine.
Is how the ball is there. America look interested and then they get back on side. Here is Glacenu. Gets it out to Drouat. Out to Amadi. They've got numbers and they've got some pace. Publa. No, out to Nissan. Along. Here comes the first try, possibly. Reaching. Carson. What a finish. She had no right to score that. And France, after doing so much defending, scored the first try in the bronze final.
We are getting absolutely everything in this match. It was unbelievable. The captain Mignon, she took control first up, and then we got a nice little break here by Lepesque. She had the support, she had people behind her, she took it herself, just like Hope Rogers did only a few minutes ago. And they swarmed over, then they used that beautiful skill set that we know they have. Perfect straightening up, draw, pass, simple stuff, and then the power of Croissant over. Wonderful.
She says in her profile now that her favourite rugby player was Jonah Lomu, and that is Jonah Lomu-esque. That is just pure power.
Yeah, she's a great athlete. We've seen her on the World 7 series as well. You don't often see locks playing sevens, but you can see why right there because of that superb athletic ability.
Here is Mosera Amedi. 21 points. She scored a try against Japan in a match that they won 72-14. Lovely connection just out to the right. And what a response from the French. They've had very little possession and they lead after 30 minutes.
Well, actually, they're such a dangerous team. They do this often if they get a little bit of the pill. They've got all these exceptional X-factor players that can pull something out of nothing, and Croissant is one of those.
22 gone, rather.
Make sure they're behind, 12.
France take the lead. And how do America respond? France currently ranked 3rd in the world, America 5th. And this is Kelter with the restart, nice and high, down to where the try scorer takes it. In fact, that's wow. Lovely take from the loose forward, now out to Drouin. They've got some forwards standing out in the midfield. Here's their captain, and that is Duval as well. Amedi wanted the ball at first receiver, finally gets it, then releases. Good defense, great read from the Americans. The turnover's good as well. Washington, illegal. Someone put their hand in there. I think it was Thomas.
Well, the Americans have been very good at slowing up that ruck ball legally, but that time was just basically hands in a ruck. So once you've got opposing players from each team standing over the ball, you cannot put your hands in there. You've either got to do the counter ruck, which is driving through with your body and using your feet.
Christine Thomas, track and basketball background. Have a look at this, jersey 11. There she is there, the hands go in and that's where it comes back.
Yep, that's when you've just got to use your strength of your body to drive over rather than the hands. She's been good though. Even when she just gets a sniff of space, somehow she manages to glide through, and it's because she's got blistering speed.
There is Gail Mignon in her 3rd World Cup, having been with France in 2010 and 2014. They send some forwards out, the loop around back to Drouin. Nice read there from Gray, and Parsons out in the midfield. Again, they move it out to the left. Corson runs into the American captain and also Kelter.
Tackle, release!
Got a release now. Presented, and here's Amadi up looking for some work from fullback. Gray makes another tackle. Parsons is alongside her. They quickly clear it out to Poublan, out to Nissan. Nissan trying to create some space. Bouzat and to Thomas. Good clean out. They kept possession, and now Drouin gets it out one wider to Maillard. Again, Lepesque goes in, and again they come out to the left. Nice hands from Amadi. Out to Agneri. Goes on tap, but gets rid of it. Agneri can't get to the line. Good shot coming in from Ember.
Oh, she's slippery, isn't she, Artery? A little like a eel. If you know anything about eels, they are slimy. And she just gets past the tackler by using that lovely fend. She's also very quick as well. Once again, the width of the passes, the straight running. She's got a little in and out. One of the work-ons for Tap is probably the D, but hey, 3 defenders there, they took care of her in the end.
Defensive line out for the Americans. Augustine throws it to Bridges off the top ball, and now they use Parsons at first receiver out in the midfield. Parsons runs into Ménager, now out to Canet. Makes the contact, Amadi's in good field position, the fullback will clear it. Goes on one of those trademark runs, looking for the winger. Gray with another tackle on Gracenu. Out to the left. They slow it down, and this is Maya. Gets met by Parsons. Lepesque out to Amade. And now Nissan. Good shot coming in from Heveland. But they've managed to offload the ball, and France again continue to drive forward. That's the 22 you can see. Out to Drouat. Change of angles, nice tackle from Kelter. Had to be made. France now slow things down. Lepesque out to Nissan. And now out to Broussard. Caroline Broussard, the 23-year-old. That was Corson. Now Ménager, sit down, she says. Then the offload. Duval goes 7 short. Washington looks to try and steal, can't get it. The French have got the full back line out to the left. Amadi has it. Amadi challenges the line. Great tackle from Rogers. The loose hit prop steals it illegally. And she couldn't help herself after such a great tackle.
Over the ball.
Oh, it was like a little lollipop there, wasn't it? She just wanted to get it, but it wasn't legal. But gee, I tell you what, the French, what I'm liking about them is that they're running onto the ball. It sounds like a simple concept, but a lot of teams live really deep behind the last ruck, and the French are not, and then they spread their numbers across the field. That puts that defence of the United States under all kinds of duress. There it is there. She was not on her feet in the slightest. But wowee, the girls in blue are going good now.
And so are their fans in the stand. And a sign of respect from this French side. They have opted for the points. This is the bronze final. It is a tournament and a competition in third place that they have basically had a mortgage on. They've been here 7 times. 5 times they've claimed third position. Looking to try and move her total for the tournament from 21 to 24. Amadi moves in, just pushes it to the left. And so the score remains 5-3, 12 to play in the first half.
And golf, you call that a gimme, but of course, she didn't get it through the posts. How crucial will that be?
I'd never give you a gimme on the golf course, Mel, never.
You know how bad I am.
Exactly.
Rugby players don't make good golf players, do they?
The chant comes around the stadium, USA, and France Drouat will take it here. That's the halfway line you can see. And France look to try and build the attack from inside their own half. Amadi says, let's go for territory, bounces it in between Ember and Tapper. Ember with some time, takes it and then makes good contact with the right foot. Finds touch.
Yeah, she's covered the kick receipt very well, has Ember. She stands deep, she moved well there, covering a lot of metres at the back, and when she does decide to run it, she's the 4th best metre eater in this competition as well.
Oh, she holds the ball like it's a loaf of bread in just one hand.
She does, doesn't she?
Mignon can't find the target, but Augustine gets it, and now out to Gray, to Kelter. Just inside the French half, they look for the counter ruck.
You did everything right.
And then they leave it. Canet gets it back to Ember. Back to Thomas, and now a mistake there. The French look to try and bounce, and they have.
Advantage.
Turnover here, Lepesque. Straight back to Amadi. In at first receiver, and now here goes Maya. Go one way, and then they come back to the French, and unorthodox type of pass to Gorson, and now Duval. Duval throws the dummy. That's Nissan rather. Nissan, last line of defence, what a dummy. 7 short. France on the attack. Lepesque needs some help. Gets it out. Gives it to Fulani. France 5 short, and now out to Drouat. They loop around. Here goes Duval, who started it. Julie Duval, 3 short.
Advantage. Again
out to the left. They've got an advantage. Reaching just a metre short is Aneri. They think about pick and go, and then they throw the pass, and Maya scores. France have got their second. great patience.
You're offside, okay?
And a
Keep
great
coming back under
finish.
quick ball, okay? You're offside, that penalty.
They're celebrating in the stands because once again we've been entertained big time. This time it was France. And look at that, the unorthodox options. The dummy went on. She knew that Ember had the wing covered, and what that meant going into contact was that they were able to recycle again. One of their forwards took it up, and in the end, Mayan with the try. She's got speed too. She had a man outside her, but the options they're taking are taking the United States by surprise, because when you expect them to keep it in the forwards, then suddenly they put it out to the backs, and every one of this team has got great skills.
What about the run from Carla Nissan down the right-hand flank? They got them over the advantage line, and then it was just a matter of being patient. And this is one of the best skilled team at the 2017 Rugby World Cup. Player for player, French flair has been shown over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, this is how they love to play. They have belief and confidence, and that is why they're able to put it out there in a big test match here in Belfast.
Amedi, that's a better strike. And she moves her tally to 23 for the tournament. And Ale Bleu are on their feet.
Yeah, Mayan, she's the one with the points in the end. She's been doing a heck of a lot of work too at the breakdown. She deserves that big time.
Possession looking a little bit more respectable for the French. Now 55-45 to America. At one stage there, France had 13% of possession. The restart. Justitis chases, and there's Mayan's the try scorer. He takes the kick off, and now drew up. Not afraid to move the ball, are the French, and that's where they find space. Thomas made a tackle on Menage and had to make it because they had some players out. I think the tackle, though, no arms used.
Number 11.
And it was high.
Number 11.
Almost a try saver.
What about, you know, they're in their own half. Usually you would get your forwards to set it up, but no, what do the French do? They look to throw it around.
They haven't found touch, and Ember will look to try and bring an American team back into this game. Out to Tapper. Tapper gets it out. Canet to Kelter. Stay strong, does Kelter. Mayans makes the tackle. Yeah, Ocean. Out to Fahy, to Gray. They're working well. Other forwards.
Stu, stay there. Stu, stay.
Just the offloads have been good for America. Canet again. Throws the dummy, not really much on there. Washington will have to go in and help.
Tackle! Tackle!
Got to release now the tackle. Shiani gets it out to Parsons, who's so good on defence and also there on attack. Duval tries to steal it, can't do it. Now out to Augustine, goes sideways, which means that it's easy for Anedi to come up and make the tackle to cover two players at the same time. Canet again. Parsons gets it and gets rid of the ball that's been lost forward, and now France with an advantage. Lovely pass back to
going up for knock on.
Arikas. And that is Bouzart in 14. They pick and go. Here's Lepesque. Lepesque gets it back to her captain, and Mignon. Oh, it's open! Magnificent for Mignon! Third World Cup, third try for France.
They're playing direct rugby now, which is the opposite from what they were playing just before when they were throwing it around. And who else but Captain Fantastic to finish that one off. The little dab around the blind side, that beautiful offload out the back, recycle. And here she is there. Look at how she changed direction, stepped off her left foot, and then went straight through. Oh, yeah, they just didn't number up on defence there, the United States.
I'm fine, thank you.
They had too many numbers out to the right-hand side, and they didn't perceive the threat that is Mignon.
Mignon, 3 carries, 24 metres. And there is the reaction from the supporters. They've been a fantastic team at this World Cup. some suggesting French rugby has gone to a new level.
Well, they've had a great system in France for a long time with their top 14 sides. A lot of women play there. They're well supported in the 15-a-side game, so I'm not surprised that they're always good at World Cup level.
And Amadi is now starting to make good contact. That extends the lead to 19 points to 3. There's the captain with the third try. And it was like the parting of the Red Sea. Once she got through, I think she surprised herself as well there.
No, she wasn't surprised. She's done this before. 2 Six Nations ago, she was the high-scoring forward in the competition. And there they are with the face mask, because she's a legend, a hero.
And I think this is her last tournament as well, Mel, in her 70th cap. What a way to celebrate it. But now America through Rogers. Finally, the Americans get some possession and territory. Rogers takes it in. The offload header. Bridges goes through. Then she passes it back to Augustine. Good work from the hooker to hold on to it. Canet gets it to Kelter. Heaviland is there. Heaviland to Thomas. Back to Wemba. Now they need to be patient here, America. They've got the ball and it's been stolen there.
Advantage.
Illegally.
Yeah, initially she was all good.
Tackle was complete. You must release.
But then when she was on the ground, that's when she had to let it go, and she was just lying on the wrong side there, Mignon. Good effort initially. And here is a great chance for the United States. They've won 3 of their own lineouts. They haven't lost one yet. Got to get those back 3 involved.
Excellent.
And here is Katie Augustine, the 33-year-old. She comes from an ice hockey background as well. She was the goaltender.
It's fine, they're on the line,
2002 to 2006 for the Northeastern Huskies. Goes to the back, they tap it and falls in the side of the French, but it's gone forward into the hands of Duval, and so America's still on attack. And they really need to score a try here to get back in this game.
Blue at the top.
They do, and once again, they'll just have to make sure that their set piece is tidy. They weren't able to manage it then because Mayan got in front of the jumper. They went to the back there, the US. But this is a good opportunity, you know, the defence is back. You can bring all the numbers in, man on.
They need to use Thomas on this, the left winger. She's standing behind the first 5. No real threat there, but I think she needs to get ball in hand.
Bind. Sit. Steady, Blue.
Gray looks interested in going off the back from number 8. Gray does go off the back. Out to the left she comes, she gets isolated. Annette drives her back, and now they'll look to just pick and go here through Rogers. Hope Rogers again with one of those great runs. Supporters there. Now the Americans looking to break through. Gray, who started it, goes 4 shorts. They move out to the right. Oshani gets it out now, and this is Rogers again. Hope Rogers is hopeful, but can't get there.
Push on the line. On the line.
Just a metre short.
Short.
That's the captain. Rogers this time.
Release.
It's short again. Gustitis has it. Gustitis reaches and scores. They have to score next, America. And that is great strength shown from Abby Gustitis. America are back.
Way to get back into this game, into this test match. Gustitis did it by herself in the end, but the work from the rest of the pack helped immensely. And Rogers, back to the future with the forward setting it up, wasn't it? And they've got confidence that they could do it because of the strength and power in that pack. It is the biggest pack they've named this tournament. And her long levers just got over the line.
Well, the Americans celebrate their first try. And 13 carries by Hope Rogers in the first half, Mel. From the loose head prop, 13 carries, 69 metres. That is phenomenal.
Well, it's a funny old World Cup because we've seen loose head props doing a lot of work, a lot of carries. It's like that position has evolved where the explosive runners, it's not just about taking care of breakdowns, it's about running it up as well.
And as they'd say in America, she's been tremendous. Tremendous. Count up.
Good.
Makes good contact and the flags are raised. A 9-point game here, 3 tries to 1. And France, after doing so much defending in the first 20 minutes, scored 3 tries. America responded. It's halftime here. The French lead 19, the USA 10.
That's fine.
Folks, if you're at the match, don't forget you've a chance to tell the world about it. Views of the game, pictures from the crowd, get them up on social media. Use the hashtag WRWC2017, that's WRWC2017, and hashtag bring it.
Advantage. Watch the offside, okay? Find a drove up and knock on. Find a drove up and knock on. Five. Short. Short! Release! Try.
Could you please welcome back onto the field, France. And now welcome back, USA.
Welcome back to Kingspan Stadium. It is the bronze final of the Rugby World Cup of 2017. After Oranges, France 19, Team USA 10. And there is Caroline Vouzat. You can see she's had a real impact in this game, has closed Christine Thomas down. There is Hope Rogers, the loose head prop. 13 carries, 69 metres in the first 40 minutes rather. No changes to either side, Mel. Looking forward to the second half.
Oh, look, it has been so fast and furious, 100 miles an hour. Superlatives for this one.
5 seconds.
Tell you what, You couldn't make a guess at who will win it at this point, but the one thing separating the two is the French passing and offloading game. The United States defence is finding it very difficult to counter.
The bronze final is now 40 minutes away to decide who will be crowned the third best team that hadn't gone the 10 metres, but taken by Gustitis. The try scorer now out to Bridges. Bridges finds the shoulder of Mayans. And now Oceania out to Kelter, throws a dummy and then gets it wide to Wimber. Nice defensive line from the French, just holding their width and also their shape. America have possession, and here goes Hope Rogers. They send in 3 defenders to try and stop her. Out to Canet, young 19-year-old. Here's Parsons. Sarah Parsons, the 25-year-old, continues to drive forward. Oceania out to Kelter, back to Heaviland. Heaviland into the contact, almost isolated, but Gray gets there. They recycle again, and now it's out to Augustine, to Bridges. She'll pop the ball out. Lovely work from the woman in the short numbers, the low numbers, and now out to Ember. Gives it to Parsons. Parsons says, see you later. And now Thomas. Oh, it's Harlem Globetrotter stuff. Look at the basketball passes here from Team USA. Into the 22 they go. 6 phases for Ai, the captain, and possibly her last World Cup. And Canet, good start out to Heaviland. Nice tackle there from Anetti. To the right they go. Gray back to Ember. Kicks it along the carpet. Amadis in good field position, gets it and just looks for the relief of the sideline. And America starting the second half as they ended the first.
They're playing with a lot of freedom, aren't they? Pushing those passes, turning the tables a little on the French, playing the style that they like to play.
Set the nice gap again.
And yes, the forwards out there involved, and they are not your typical rugby passes, but they are effective, and Thomas able to keep the ball alive there too.
And they win the line out to Canet. There's Parsons in the midfield. Short ball to Kelter, changes the angle. That's been lost forward. And so an advantage here for the French. They get back quickly in their first touch of the second half. They go through the middle for Lani. Now Lepesque.
Advantage over.
The advantage is over, and so Ménager stands at first receiver, gives it back to the try scorer, and Courton. Lepesque. And here is the captain, Mignon. 2 captains come together. Lepesque looks like she's lost it forward there. And I think the Americans will get possession and very good field position.
Ooh, I'd like to see that again. I think there might have been a wee sneaky American hand in there. Let's have a look before I start. Oh, no, it was actually Mignon who put her hand on her own possession and upset the flow for the halfback. Sorry about that, United States fans.
And so the 24-year-old Hope Rogers, who made an impact from the bench, she got a start here today in this game, Alan. What have you made of her 42 minutes?
Well, she is doing everything her coaches have asked her to do. That is hit up the ball. She's very direct. She's running it straight. She's using her strength and her rugby nous to make great meters. Look at that. It's taking a couple of them to get onto it. And she hasn't even got her forwards backing her up and helping her with the momentum. It's all her. And that there, fantastic work, because she knew she was allowed to pick the ball up again. Honestly, the amount of work she's doing out there is outrageous.
Well, now she needs to put her mind on the scrum. Rogers, Augustine and Fa'ai up against Aricast, Mignon and Duval. Scrum strong, and now they give it to Thomas, coming looking for some work, the left winger. Breaks out of the first, goes close to the 22. To the right they come, America. Canet just got the defender at the same time. Heaviland tidies up and keeps a hold of possession. Ember plays halfback. Bridges is just so good at first receiver as Stacey Bridges. To the left, Heaviland gets the ball out. And Rogers looks like she may have sustained a little bit of an injury there, but it's Augustine who takes the ball into contact. Advantage here. Mignon didn't roll away quick enough. Heaviland out to Ember. Tapper showing her strength. Naya Tapper, the tackle of Ménager.
Yeah, their discipline has been quite good so far. France had only, before that, given away 2 penalties, but that one, when you make a tackle, sometimes it's difficult to get out.
Shot at goal.
And that was the case there. So Kelter's going to take the shot at goal, which is an excellent choice to make. Mignon, she's the one that got penalised. And this will take it, if she nails it, to within a try, converted try.
Well, Gail Mignon is in her 3rd Rugby World Cup, the captain for France. 30-year-old, played in 2010, 2014, scored a try against Australia this year's from the Montpellier area in her 70th cap and possibly her last. What a career she has had.
Yeah, she has. 30 years old. She's a front rower. She can keep going if she wants. Well, you don't write her off yet. She's a finalist in the 2015 Player of the Year Awards as well. Well deserved to be there. She does lead this team very well.
100% off the kicking tee is Alev Kelter. Known on the 7 circuits. Yeah, she's made a real impact, and 12 months ago in her debut 15-a-side match she played against France in a game that they were beaten 31-6 in that match. They also lost 36-10 and 19-13 last year, so they've, you know, the French, they've played them 3 times, and Kelter strikes it beautifully. 6-point game.
5
all to play for.
Number 5.
Yeah, and this is a different American team that's really evolved over the last 12 months with all the 7s players like Kelter on your screen coming in. She hadn't played 15-a-side rugby before November last year, and what an impact she's made as we see the bald eagle go crazy in the sidelines.
Lovely high restart from Drouard down to where Parsons will take it. Makes a couple of metres. Shani Canet throws a pass. Lovely hands there from Fa'ai. Really had to reach and pull it back in. And she got the defenders at the same time. Bridge comes around the corner to carry it forward. Now France thought about stealing it. They can't. Shani Canet, who's just a distributor. Back to Ember. She's carried it back so she can't get it out on the full. Ménager is back, covering to Amadé. There's plenty of space in behind here. Canet comes across, and that's a nice kick from the French fullback. What a player at 21.
Absolutely, she is. It looks like she's got a very good head on her. She's very calm. She's only little, but she makes some good hits out there as well. And she looked up, she knew that Ember, the fullback, was well in the middle of the field.
America go quickly and win the lineouts, controlled by Washington. Washington gets driven towards the sideline, shows strength to keep the ball in. Guess who? Rogers wants to go with the ball, and here she goes again. Rogers. Adikas had to stop her. Canet, some decoy runners, they give it to Tapper. Thought about the offload, and now she gets it to Heaverland. Heaverland out to Ember, gets it quickly to Thomas. Christine Thomas steps on the inside. Ménager makes another tackle, and the number 8 shirt for France.
No, you
Shani tries to milk a penalty, and the referee says no chance.
Advantage not.
Look to try and offload there. The right intention, just the execution, unfortunately, for the 34-year-old captain.
Yeah, she's been good too. 7 carries for her. A lot of them have been in the midfield, and a lot of them she's passed the ball out to the back, so she's quite a versatile player, the captain.
You didn't have to.
Have a look at Thomas here. Hasn't seen too many opportunities with green grass in front, but has been good in the contact, and there it is there. Looked for the offload. Maybe should have kept that ball in tight to her body as she was sandwiched by the French defence.
Born in America, raised in Auckland, New Zealand, where she went to Birkenhead College, which is in the Auckland region, and then now living in America from Samoan heritage. And she's also part of the New York Rugby Club. So a big hello to our New York rugby fans who I'm sure will be watching.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Hold.
Azad Ifesk Ménager controls it there with the lovely green
Stay
boots.
bound. Balance.
Good control here from the French. They've got the advantage. Lefesque says give it. Parsons is on to her so quick.
That was an excellent scrum and control at the back. It wasn't milking a penalty, it was, I guess, creating one, because obviously the French team have a lot more test match internationals underneath them.
Going
more
round under
confidence,
pressure.
keeping that ball at the back there. It was excellent.
They've got a lovely kicking style, have the French players. You saw it there from Amadi. Makes good gains, and here's that control in the scrum.
Yeah, she just keeps it just at the back, underneath the foot. Looks like she's got soccer skills as well as rugby skills to meet. Hallmark of a great number 8, and she plays open side as well.
Mignon with the throw. They're on in jersey 20, you can see as well. He's played a lot
Timeout's over.
Number 8 comes onto the field and gets her hands on the ball in the yard from the Montpellier club.
Maul!
It's the maul called. Mignon has it in the back. America stay strong. And now they rumble forward to the French forwards. Good body positions from the French. Quickly, Lefesque says get it out. Drua to the line. Contact made and just breaks through the tackle of Parsons. That's not easy to do. To the left they come again. Lovely offload. India gets it out. Now out to Amadi. Amadi to the line. Back to Grassinu. High tackle coming in from Calta. France still have possession, and now they get on the blind side. Lefesque. We might be going to the TMO.
Time.
We'll listen in.
So, B, what I've seen,
Yeah.
you're playing advantage for the high
Yeah,
tackle against
exactly.
number 13.
Yep.
I'm happy with the grounding. Do you want me to check?
I want to check to if she touched.
So try yes or no.
I'm happy with the grounding.
TMO, Dave,
Go ahead, Tim.
did you hear what I said?
Try yes or no.
Try yes or no. I'm happy with the grounding. Just check the sideline.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, there was an advantage here, Mel, and great awareness from the 24-year-old live wire
Number 12,
halfback.
wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Lefesque has played plenty of rugby. She's been in New Zealand playing rugby before college rugby. That is a try. Take it away, Lefesque.
Get number 12.
Very versatile, can play anywhere in the back line virtually, and that was fingertip stuff, wasn't it?
She kept her feet in play, which was even more important. You can
Let me
see there the
control
foot
that
is
again.
off the
You know
ground.
what you did wrong, okay? You're playing advantage, okay?
And so this is the best angle here. And there is no reason why France won't have their fourth. That
I'm happy
is
with
as
that.
good as it gets.
Tim,
Yes,
you may award the try.
thank you.
Yeah, that was great. A great finish by Lefesque, but also the way that the French took advantage of that penalty. They just played on. They continue to push the ball out. I think it was Amadi, the fullback, who was involved as well. Lefesque just keeps her team in front now. A couple of tries.
3 tries in the first, the 4th in the second, and you may have heard over the referee's microphone that he had a talk with Olive Calter as well about the high shot on Camille Grassinu.
Yes, I did. Yep. Yeah.
We'll set up Amadi. Around 30 metres for the kick, gives it a good old strike off the ball.
Fantastic.
Yes, so
Thank you.
USA are going to have to try and get more possession again. Let's have a look at the high shot that initially came in from Kelter. Great run by Amadi again. There it is there, and it's quite difficult when the player is coming back on the angle.
Yeah, that's good old-fashioned coat hanger, is what they call that. And so the try is there, but they've made some changes, have the French. Here comes Ménager on in jersey 21 as
Leave it now,
Allen.
five to go on, pass the ball.
The new halfback, Levi Allen, gets it out to Drua. Drua challenges the line. Gustitis makes the tackle. Levi Allen digs in and gets the ball out to where Nissan
Tackle!
is held in the tackle of Bridges. Levi Allen back to where Drua is sitting in the pocket. Nice contact down to where Ember will field it. Cheddar Ember comes forward to get the ball. Is met by the French defence. Ashani out to Bridges. Set up a lovely try for Kelter in their match against New Zealand in the semi-final. The dummy pump in there and they give it to Thomas. They've closed Thomas down today, have given her very little space. Ashani. First up tackles again being made by the French.
She was going for the ball.
Agnelli. What about the work of the loose forward trio from France?
Yeah, they're dynamic, aren't they, that back row? I mean, this young lady here, her ability to run in the open and find herself in a great position to get good passes. She's been outstanding. In just 5 carries, she's made 41 metres, beaten 4 players. And she complements the style of Menege, who in this one has been asked to card it up and take a bit of pressure off the backs. And of course, Mayan with her work rate too.
New front row, shoulders out.
She's been outstanding. Okay? She's had 9 carries,
unplayable.
6 big tackles. So the 3 of them at the back there for Le Bleu are working together very well.
Crouch!
Couple of new forwards in the front row for the French.
Sit!
Karikaburu. Now they put the heat on. Gray gets the ball and gives it back to Ashani out to Kelter, running a nice line. As a left Kelter. Got a bit confused about which way she was heading. Lets it go and then picks and goes a couple more metres. The Americans are out to the right. This is Rogers. Puts the big fend up on Cosson.
Release 20!
Now they must release and America will have the ball.
Advantage. Too slow, not rolling.
Out to Canet, to Thomas, looking for some work from the left wing. There you can see the 3 strike weapons for the Americans all together. A double blast normally means he wants to have a chat.
Hold the ball on the mark.
Well, they've got a new captain as well.
Speaks English.
And Mignon is no longer on the field, and so...
Okay. You speak English?
A little, yes.
A little? We've had 3 times down in the 22 and you're not rolling away.
Okay.
I may have to escalate to the next level if you don't change something, okay?
Okay, 22.
So change your time, not rolling away, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I think in the second half, any time the Americans have been in the French half, we've seen these penalties coming, just slowing that ruck ball and trying to upset that attacking flow of the United States. And that, of course, is against the law of the game.
Tees on.
And certainly fair play.
Well, the new captain for the French is Elodie Poublan, who came up to the referee, said, I speak a little bit of English, just a little.
That's just in case she doesn't interpret what he says, yes.
Of course, I like that. But here is Kelter again.
4 and 5.
At the American women's game,
founded the captain for France. Just
the game was founded in 1975 in America. The women's game started in 1987, and they were such a threat in the early stages of the Rugby World Cup in 91, where they were the inaugural winners, and then they were runners-up in 94 and 98, and they're back on the big stage and at the big dance here in 2017. Kelter dissects the posts and brings them a little closer. 8 points the difference. And the American fans, liberty is here. And there is Peter Steinberg in his final appearance for the Americans. He is retiring at the end of the World Cup.
Number 3.
He's done a great job, Mel.
Well, he has, and they've actually had a strong coaching team here. Richie Walker from the Sevens has also helped out a lot. in terms of 15s here at this World Cup. You know, they've got great athletes, cross-code athletes we call them, who've come from other sports, and their learning has been very fast indeed.
A new captain for the Americans as well will be Chetaremba, but the French get up and Mayans batters it back to Levo Allen, the new halfback, who had very little option but just control possession. Lovely ball to Corson! Now Corson! Up to Wemba, Corson goes in! Now held up, 8 short. The French on the attack out to the right. Amadi gets it out to Mayans. They've got numbers! They're going to score! No one deserves it more than Amadi! The loose forward crashes over, and it is Le Magnifique.
It was absolutely magnificent because the forwards just looked like they're absolutely comfortable in the backline. Croissant, lovely hands, bringing that ball in. Anyone else would have knocked that on. She has incredible athletic ability, and then she just set it up nicely. And once again, we're seeing those superior rugby passing skills coming into play for this French team. They still had an extra man on the outside, didn't need it in the end, because Anari, who looks like a winger slash centre slash second 5'8", was out there.
Well, the defensive work that she has done throughout this match as the crowd responded to the French flair. The build-up, the execution started by Corson. And the hardest job today, Mel, is going to be to pick the Aon player of the match.
Yep, very difficult indeed.
I wonder if they've got 7 prizes we can hand out. Caroline Drouin takes over the kicking duties. It's over! She almost kicked it from Paris. What a conversion, and what a statement from France.
Well, if anyone who hadn't seen women's rugby before is watching this game, they'd be amazed it is a playoff for the bronze position, because the scintillating rugby we're seeing out there is just class.
Almost into the final quarter of this game. America wanting to make rugby great again.
Options.
France looking to retain the bronze medal. This is the bronze final.
Well, they've got a big backer in the States who helps fund the women's program, which is fantastic. See private investors who know that promise that these athletes have. And remember, this is quite a new team. They don't have as many test matches as others. The sevens players, many of them inexperienced in the 15 aside. And imagine the potential if the squad stays together, majority of them for the next World Cup.
Tanky comes on, and jersey 16, plenty of experience there from the 34-year-old veteran into the front row. And she comes on into a white-hot atmosphere.
Down. We'll have a reset, blue ball.
France ranked 3rd in the world. And America, actually the highest they've been ranked since they've started collecting the rankings from 2016. So I was having a look at some of the profiles for the French team, Mel, where they said that the greatest sports person, they had a number of players, people that were there, but Teddy Riner, so I had to check, he's an 8-time world champion of judo. And a lot of these players love the way that he fights right to the end, as so does this person here, Ménager. Off the back she goes. Levo Allen. One-off runners again in the close channels. On that occasion it was D, nice hands into India. She offloads to Buzard. Caroline Buzard. Again, Drouin out along. Here's Amadi. Went through the 2 defenders, and the quick ruck ball comes out again. Levo Allen throws it back on the inside. India ran into one of her own players.
Took number 16 out of play. Accidental. White ball.
Yeah, I just think that's a little miscommunication there.
White 7 and 11 sub.
Just has to get
Number
the comms
7 and
back
number
up with
11
some of
white
the players. And sometimes it's that level of trust as well. We see Javelay come on. Now, we've talked about the speed from Thomas and some of the other outside backs for the United States, but Javelay is absolutely incredible as well. Some fresh legs in the pack.
Time's
There
up.
she is. Former professional hockey player, very slight, lithe athlete. And looks like she's happy to be there.
Why wouldn't she be? It's a bronze final in a Rugby World Cup. There she is, Jessica Javelay, or JJ.
Good now.
Yeah, she's known to her teammates, and
Time on.
as they say in rugby
Accidental
parlance, she's got gas.
I'll go this side again.
Yeah, she really has.
Shoulder.
So have the outside backs for France as well.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
19-10 was the halftime score. The French have scored 2 tries, 2 penalties to America as Gray takes the ball off the back and gives it to Tapper. She's been pretty much unemployed, Naya Tapper, for a lot of the game. Ashiani gets in, and the one-off runners again take it up. This is Nicole James in jersey 19. Canet out to Hope Rogers. This
Leave
time
it
the
now.
defence gets up there quickly to make sure that she doesn't go on one of those trademark
there.
runs. Here's Washington. She gives it to Gray. Gray thought about handing it back, thought about releasing it, but holds on to it here. But it's just static ball for the Americans. That's the problem. No consistency, and now Anetti goes up and makes another tackle to the right and then back to the left into the midfield, and then they give it here to James. Canet in at first receiver, out to Kelter. Nice pass from Heveland out to Javelay. Javelay in the tackle of Bouzard.
Push back.
Here goes Bridges. Such a good player as Stacey Bridges for America. Reliable,
What?
does her
All
core
right.
jobs, gets over the advantage line. Canet runs the line and
Bring
gives
it
it off
down,
to
Happy.
Fiel. Big defence again coming in from the French. The wide pass, Heveland, Ember, and look at this French defence, it's so strong. They're just holding their line, not missing any tackles. And the French have made 115 tackles in this game, and we've still got 18 minutes to play. No way through, and so Kelter just says, let's give the ball to the French and ask them to respond from inside their own half. That's picked up, I think she was on the touchline. And Bouzard has tiptoed down the sideline and kept the ball in. Wonderful play. Levo Allen gets in. Here she goes again. And Drouin. France on the attack. What a step! Lovely footwork and the offload. It's fallen forward. Wow.
Forward pass.
Gracia New showed something out of Beyonce. Is that better with timing?
I love it, yep. She looked like she was doing a dance with that wonderful footwork on Kelter. Kelter went on the outside, so just couldn't change direction, and there is a forward pass, but contrasting attack from both these teams, because here you can see the French attack run straight, they go through the middle, whereas the United States, some of their attack is just getting a little too lateral, they're running across the field, and this is the way that you have to attack, be more direct.
Well, Gracianu made history by scoring the first try at the Olympics, the Summer Olympics of 2016. And with that step, you can see why. She just bamboozled the defence. Only our camera crew caught her.
You've just come on
But
the
the
field.
thing is, if Kelter had stayed on her inside shoulder, she would have been able to tackle her, because then she would have stepped into her, but her inexperience there, just standing on the outside. And this is interesting, just 74 carries by France, and what that says is that they're actually scoring tries not from multiple phase, but from attack from set pieces, so in under 3 or 4 phases, and that's where their danger is.
Midfield scrum, they've got options, and they've got real threats out to the right. Have America
get it in
with Ember and Tapper, but scrum first. They come out to the left though. Canet out to Kelter to Heveland. Ball always in two hands with Heveland. Such a classy midfielder. As Javelay goes forward to Gray. Jordan Gray through the gap. Nice run from the number 8. Slow ball.
No hands on it.
Oshani to Canet. Throws a dummy. No one falls for it. And now they try and hold her up. Tackle, they've got to release her. Oshani out to Rogers. Hope Rogers on the attack. Nice tackle there from Kari Kaburu. Again out to the left. There's Mayans making a tackle on Kelter. Looking for someone to carry the ball forward. Again, it's Rogers. And again, she holds on to possession. Now it's James.
Tackle!
Into the 22 they go, America. It's slow and patient build-up. Connect to Heveland, to Ember, and now to Tapper. Tapper puts on the hammer, puts on the gas. Gets up and goes, but didn't release the ball. And there's just no way through this French wall.
Yeah, by the time Ember and Tapper are getting the ball, that French defence is already up on them. The forwards probably have to do a little bit more work to set up the platform, get a little bit more go forward, but this French defence is just pressing up the whole time in a line. Their speed is unreal. And here you go.
Right one.
Tapper, try to go straight up.
Blue
Lifted
14,
in the
15.
air there by Mayan, who's
Blue
been
14
outstanding.
and 15.
And right there, she just needed to release the whole ball before she got up.
Hold.
Then she could have re-picked it up again, but you know, you could argue she was also held by the tackler, so it was never on. Looking to add some punch here, the United States, with another good runner.
Time on.
Well, you can see the changes for the French as well. Izar is on. She scored a hat-trick in one of the earlier matches. Just one of 7 players to have scored a hat-trick here at the Rugby World Cup 2017. Nice take from Cosson.
I'm happy with the set.
Who scored a try in the first half for France. Out to the right they come. This is D. Anial D. Scored 2 tries against Japan, so she knows her way to the try line, as does Anieri. Ball on the inside. America now caught on through some defence, playing the ball on the ground as Tapper, and you can't do that.
Oh, that's
number 14.
A little bit of frustration, maybe a tiny bit of inexperience there. You've got to trust that your defensive systems will take care of the attack and try not to give away penalties like that.
France have won the last 5 matches between these two sides. They met 3 times last year, 3 times in 2013. America winning one of those in 2013 by 13 points to 10.
What's the front B?
So let's have a look. Initially, you can see she is on her feet, but she dug a hole for herself because she lost her footing and was well on her knees when she went for that ball.
Lovely angle to show you where the ball is. There's an advantage to America. Often happens when changes are made, new personnel come in.
White ball.
Well, I have to say one thing France have done well. Very few errors from them, just 4 handling errors. It's great considering the style of rugby that they're playing out there.
Oh, I'm happy.
Pushing the passes, getting the offloads. Interestingly, the United States have made more offloads than France, but they're just unable to finish moves off.
France 130 tackles. They've only missed 13 of that. Americans 63 made, 19 missed. And the scrum.
I need you to control your bind and leave it up there, okay?
Yes,
don't bring it down, okay?
I think the United States have competed really well at this set piece as well. When they played England in pool play, they were pushed back a number of times, but they seem to have shored that up. Technique has got better.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
France had scored 23 tries heading into this match. Add the 5, they're up to 28 as Gray takes the ball off the back. Just seems to get better and better, and Tapper Gets possession, keeps driving those legs. You can see the determination. Brings in 3 defenders. Oceani out to James. Nicole James, the 28-year-old.
Release!
Side head.
Back.
Out to Canet, and it's slow ball again, isn't it? Bridges thought about the offload and has thrown it back, but now France look interested. And France have possession. India plays halfback. Lovely run here from Poublan. And loses the ball. Javale has got pace, gets it out to Ember. Ember knocks out one of her own players. And then kicks it into the hands of Carter. Now it's about pace. And Carter's got plenty of it. Carter passes. Ember scores. Unselfish play from Carter. And what about the reaction from Cheddar Ember?
Brilliant response from the United States. We've still got just over 9 minutes to go, folks. Don't think this is finished yet. And the support play from Ember means she gets the try. And have a look here. It was the footwork first of Javale, who's also played soccer for her country. And then Ember uses the brain, pushes a kick through, which somehow went to Kelter. I don't know what happened there. Must have bounced off a French arm. Kelter has got fitness, repetitive fitness, so she was right there, able to speed away, but decided to give it to Ember to make sure that she got over, because she was being chased by the very fast Annery.
Well, she looked like a catcher in baseball. That's a game that the American fans will certainly understand. She caught that. It was like a bullet into the hands of Kelter. And then her instincts just said to run, Forrest, run, and she did. 31-21. This kick from 32 metres out.
Looks good.
Oh, absolute magic. It's just gold to watch this American team. And now they find some belief, and they've got 8 minutes to score twice.
Time off.
Honestly, Kelter, the pain is in the face. She was like, I need a rest before I kick this conversion. And they are very happy with how their team never gives up, never dies. Pinpoint accuracy on that kick too.
Threw up. And now it goes back. France will have possession through D. Securing it. Now the counter-ruck comes in from America. They walk over the top. And they've got it. Gustitis gets it out. Here come America. Oh, they get it out. Kelter. Out to Canet. Now Heveland. Javale. Lovely hands. Drouin gets across to try and steal it. America have possession, and James says, follow me. That's the 22 line, you can see. America from the kickoff. Canet out to Heveland. And now that pass. Back to him now.
Advantage, knock on.
And there is an advantage here for the French. Taken into the contact. There's
Onside right, push.
Back to Drouin. Advantage is over. And Ember takes it on the full. Cheddar Ember sets it up. Oceani out to Gustitis.
Advantage.
They've got an advantage here, America.
Number 19 offside.
The French were never onside. 19 was offside. Adre.
Save.
Canet will be first receiver.
Keep it marked,
out
please.
to the backs. Another good tackle coming in from Drouin.
Push.
America with possession. They need to score twice. This is Reinhardt. Nice little pop pass as well to Fiel.
She's won there.
And they're really starting to find their runners now.
19 offside.
They are absolutely the USA. Their heads are up. Confidence high. They've got a sniff.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you take the shot at goal here?
19.
That'll bring the score to 26 if successful, and that means a converted try or even a try would draw them level.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice because it was well within Kelter's range right there. She's been kicking them out from the sideline today. But it shows that they want to try and score tries. that they believe they
Put
can.
France on the line.
And they do have the strike weapons
France,
out
you're on the
wide.
line.
Best possible entree
France, you're on the line.
to the
Take
World
a
Cup
step
final
wide.
between New Zealand and England, coming up a little bit later on this evening, local time. What a match. 54 points we've had. And now America, they go high, but it's been pushed back by the French. Here goes Mayon.
Back foot, back.
Rugby Island gets it out. India, good impact from the bench. The loose forward wearing jersey number 20. Drouin will just want to get the ball. A mistake in the midfield from Colson. And now America play on. You don't stop and watch. You've got to carry on till the referee blows his whistle. Pankey. Ball comes back.
Now you're going backwards.
And she has been tremendous all day. Hasn't made, in fact, she's taken 75 minutes to make a mistake, Mel.
Yeah, that has been her first error.
Thanks, Bill.
Don't blame yourself, Croissant.
Forward.
Now the French will have to back their defence, shut down this American side. They did it with the line out just before. It's now four line outs.
They need to control their weight, otherwise it'll be free kick.
Lost by the United States.
Control your weight until the ball's in.
Set for a champagne finish. And this the bronze final of the Rugby World Cup 2017.
Crouch.
The Americans find their voice.
Bind.
The French will need to find some defence.
Make it on.
Oceani. Gray takes it off the back, and now 8-9 combination out to Ember. That pass was a little high.
Both ways.
And it was just too high for Wooden.
Advantage, knock on.
Advantage here for the French, and they'll just clear it. They'll come back to the set piece.
Always under pressure. Come back for the knock on off white. Blue ball.
Yeah, the USA just so keen to get it out wide, fresh legs.
On the ground.
And what a performance from the French lock. There she is.
Here's the mark.
First try scorer for the French, and
Come this way.
Lineage Corson is our Aeon player of the match. 28-year-old, 33 carries over 200 metres prior to this game. And she has been in the engine room of this test match.
Sit. Steady, white.
Now the French, a defensive scrum. India just goes down Main Street. Didn't think about offloading, and now they loop around. Mayan gets it back. Corson throws it back, but they've still got possession. Here goes Gracenu. Working alongside.
Off the knee,
Willian
off the knee, off the
is
knee.
on in jersey 23.
19.
French go closer to the halfway. Again, it's cleared. Drouin, first ever India, who started it from the scrum. Now the pop pass and the feed is there. Counter. A little bit of football skills. Heveland is there. They'll look to try and hold her up. Maul is the call. And now if they can't get it back, this could be an American scrum. They fight to get it back.
She slipped. No, 17.
The dummy from Rugby Island. And now the new captain, Poublan, kicks it down to Ember, and Cheddar Ember just looked up a little. That's the pressure of test match rugby.
Fall off white.
It really is, because she knew she had a little bit of space to play with. She had one of her players back with her as well. Just for the kids watching at home, when you take a high ball, it's better to have your body side on, hands higher in the air, and that's why if you do drop it, it goes backwards rather than forward. So just a tiny little basic error there.
Time's off.
She is a Harvard graduate, is Cheddar Ember, new to the sport of sevens, the 24-year-old. Another to come from a cross-code background, track and field. Melody Robinson, when you think about the athletes that they have in America, and now the game growing as quickly as it is and developing in a country like America, bring on the next World Cup in 4 years.
Well, you know, throughout the history of Women's Rugby World Cup, they've been strong because they've always had athletes come in to play rugby. The difference between some of the countries like France, England, New Zealand compared to the United States is that those other countries get to watch rugby 24/7 if they want, and so in a way, instinctively, through osmosis, you learn a lot about rugby, whereas the States, they don't get to see as much of it, so they have to work just a little harder on their understanding of the game. Once they get that, they will be near unstoppable.
And there is Kayla Canet, 19 years old. And what a player, what an environment to be given the number 10 shirt, and she has controlled the game superbly.
Yeah, well, she stepped in for Rosia, who has been starting this whole competition, and she really has shone out there. Got the ball out wide well, taking the contact too.
Played sevens in Sydney for her country. Made her debut in March against Canada as cap number 264, but French scrum is solid through our challenges. Out to Toublan, into the tackle of Kelter.
No, 19, you lost it.
Counter up comes in. Revo Allen gets it out to Maya. Throws it back on the inside, and now that ball's gone forward. So just a couple of errors now in the dying stages of this game.
It's gone forward on the ground off blue, white ball.
It has been wall-to-wall action, and now just a few little unforced errors.
Sub. Can you tell her?
Yeah, probably no excuse to drop that ball. Just took her eyes slightly off it as she was about to receive. So this will probably be the last moment of the match. Let's see if the States can pull a miracle try out of this.
Go straight, not sideways.
They might as well chance their arm.
Sir. She's not holding her weight.
Referees must love scrums because there's a lot of chat from those front rows.
Crouch!
Don't expect to see America kick the ball here.
Sit!
The final roll and their final play at the 2017 Rugby World Cup. Gray, strong game. Can't get past Maya. The defence from the French has been outstanding, and here goes James. Nicole James to the left, Canet out to Kelter, out to Heveland. Just wants to straighten the line, does Heveland. It's been lost forward, and now we're in referee's time.
I can't guess from this side, okay? I just saw the ball go forward.
Yeah, a bit of a shame there.
Yep.
That French defence once again had pushed up. The line speed was excellent. Meant that by the time Heveland got the ball, she was well behind the gain line. Also isolated as well. Tough.
Well, she's tough as well. Her and Jordan Gray have played every minute of every game for America. Nicole Heveland in jersey 13 and Jordan Gray.
Crouch!
Two players who have gone 5 consecutive matches and played every single minute.
Sit!
That is some achievement. India takes it off the back. France will look to try and finish with a wet sail. Toublan shows some nice skills to evade a couple of tackles and then set it up. To the right they go again. The offloads, and William gets closer to the 22. Now they kick it out.
What's up, ladies?
And a Lele Bleu, bronze again for France. 19-10 at the break. They scored 2 tries in the second. And what a performance from France, who are our bronze medal champions. They have beaten Team USA by 31-23. France are your bronze medal champions in the 2017 Rugby World Cup, and Mel, they seem to have a mortgage on this bronze medal.
Well, what a wonderful game that was to watch. Yes, the French were absolutely dynamite. Their tries outstanding, their ability to move the ball, pass the ball into space, make the game line, get wonderful tries. They should be delighted with that performance, as should Croissant, who has so much more to go. A young athlete, tall, athletic, play in the backs. And as for the United States, they should be proud too of that performance. They were right there, right to the end. Great stuff.
And how difficult is it, Mel? Obviously the disappointment of not being in the final and the semi-final, but to come back 4 days later and to battle for the third position.
Yep, they are very professional, both these teams. They still wanted that bronze. It meant a lot to them. The United States pleased to get up here, but France, they would not have settled for anything less. They're a great rugby nation. It's just fantastic.
Well, look at the crowd. They have got plenty of support here in Belfast. And they just continue to set the standard, do the French. They set the tournament alight with wins against Japan, Australia, the host island, and then a loss to England in difficult conditions. It didn't really suit them, no ménage, but there is the reaction. They love being bronze medalists here at the 2017 Rugby World Cup. And America will learn from this. 115,000 members in America. Not the end that Peter Steinberg would have wanted, but with so much young talent in this American side, the future looks bright.
Yeah, let's just wait and see what the States will bring over the next few years. They need more international test matches. That would help big time.
And it's going to be interesting to just hear from the two captains. And it'll be interesting to hear what they've got to say, actually, Mel. There's no doubt the French have been in this, on this occasion, 7 times. They finished third on 5. Once they finished 4th. And I'm sure that a delighted Gail Mignon is alongside Jenny Drummond.
Well, Gail, how did you come back from that semi-final a few days ago and become the bronze medal winners?
Gaël, comment tu as fait pour remobiliser les troupes pour cette médaille de bronze?
On voulait absolument repartir d'ici avec quelque chose. Le groupe est très fort et on s'est très remotivé pour venir chercher ce match qui a été très difficile.
We want to come back with something, with some medals, and the group is so strong that that was a good thing to come back and to get the bronze medal for sure.
Any time today you were put under pressure, you came back harder. How proud are you of the team?
Aujourd'hui, à chaque fois qu'on a été sous pression, on est revenu plus fort. Ô combien tu es fier de l'équipe?
Je suis réellement ravi de ce groupe. C'est un groupe qui se donne réellement les moyens et qui lâche rien de la première à la 80e minute, même dans les moments difficiles. Et c'est ça qui est fabuleux.
From the beginning to the end, we don't give up. This group is really strong and we don't give up all the time.
And finally, Gail, will this be your last tournament? Can you tell us how you feel right now?
Quel est ton sentiment pour ce dernier tournoi?
Il y a deux sentiments, il y a de la joie de repartir avec une médaille autour du cou et un peu de frustration et de déception de ne pas revenir avec la coupe. Mais en tout cas, merci à tous les gens.
First of all, I want to thank all the people. And for sure we have two feelings, a bit frustrated because we are not in final, but we're happy to come back with a bronze medal.
Thank you very much, well done.
Thank you.
And there is the celebration. The bronze medal final has seen France prevail again in a match where they showed a lot of class. And there is the two sides of sport, Mel. It's always celebration for one side and not so much for the other.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely elated. I loved how Gail Mignon did not answer the question about whether she was going to retire or not. Hey, she's only 30 years old. We've seen plenty of male internationals last for much longer than that, and she's playing like she's a 21-year-old but with the brain of a 30-year-old. So let's hope she stays there. She's leading this team well.
And there are the Americans in a huddle, just going through their discussion, and not the result that they wanted, but I'm sure that Tiffany Fahy will be absolutely thrilled with this class of 2017. She's alongside Jenny Drummond.
Tiffany, you gave it everything you had out there. Can you reflect on that performance for me?
Yeah, the French have had a great tournament, so, just kudos to them. We knew they were going to be relentless. We knew that across the board, from their backs to the forwards, they were going to be very strong, and we just wanted to come out and, go a step further than last game. We wanted to look after the ball, which I thought we did, but it was amazing effort from our girls, fight right to the last minute, as always.
How much do those type of performances in a World Cup put US rugby on the radar?
Oh, it's tremendous. And this is just only a little bit, it's only a glimpse of what these girls can do, we know we've got so much more to give. There are a few things that, clinical we can take away, but it was such an amazing performance from overall, and just want to, say thanks to all the supporters.
Well, back in the US, there's a lot of support for sevens, but how much will this put 15s rugby in the forefront of Americans' minds?
Just with all the messages and the support, it's been overwhelming. The girls are staying up late. There's lots of people asking for, autobiographies or just signatures from the girls, and I think it's a nice buzz that we watch the sevens and we're like, that's something that we want to work towards for the 15s, and I think after this tournament we're definitely heading that way.
Well, hard lines today, but also congratulations on a great tournament.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Two great teams, plenty of tradition and plenty of style. The French giving their response back to this crowd with the slow clap. I think it started with Iceland in the European Football Championship, where the crowd get involved and it gets quicker and quicker. And an outstanding tournament, and well deserved from the 28-year-old lock from France. There she is, getting involved as well, is Léna Gorson, 28 years old. She is our Aon player of the day, and this is how well she played, Mel.
Well, the key difference with her, Gorson, is that her ability to hit a hole in the back line and look like she wouldn't look out of place in a number 13 jump up. She's very fast, she's very strong, and she's got a great brain on her too. She really is a great link between the forwards and the backs. Usually it's a flanker doing that role, but she's a lot doing it.
As the crowd respond to the French going around, and some of the stats from this game as well, Mel, have really stood out. In particular, they've been great, but there is confirmation of the bronze final here. France have claimed their 6th bronze medal in World Cup history. They have beaten Team USA, the Eagles, by 31 points to 23. Up next, the final that we've been waiting for the last 8 years. It is New Zealand taking on England. And this crowd have been treated as some scintillating World Cup rugby. Bronze medalists, Les Bleus were Les Magnifiques, and they have beaten USA 31 to 23.